Hey chickadees, tonight on Mojo Mysticism, we're going to talk about pride, and we're going to talk about the full moon in Leo and how we can take steps to protect our energy, dismantle our egos, which includes our pride, and move through life with a little bit more ease. So come on in and join us. Hey chickadees, welcome in. So tonight we're pulling from a deck I don't think we've pulled from yet. I've had this deck for a little bit, but it's called Moonology. This is a very nice deck. The inside says, let the moon be your guide. So since it's nighttime out when I'm recording this, that's exactly what we're gonna do. So let's see what our guides have for us out of this deck tonight. I'm going to ask just a general question about what do we need to know about what's next for us? What do we need to know about what is next for us? What's next on our journey for us? It's taking a little while to give us a card here. Oh, I think they just gave us one. Let me check in and see. Yes, this is it. All right, so here we are. Hi, Bindi. Hi, Bindi BB. Okay, so here we are. This is it. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. This is the card that we have for tonight. All right, so full moon in Leo. This one's worth reading out of the book. I'll just be honest with you. I think this one's kind of I'm gonna say direct. so I'm gonna read it out of the book and then we're gonna dissect it together. So, Moonology book. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Have you been letting your pride become an obstacle? Is the question you're asking based on your ego, or is it from your heart? Leo energy is all about the heart. Think of that big-hearted king of the jungle, the lion. Its energy is magnificent, but when it's combined with the rush of the full moon, it can become over the top. This card may have come to you because you need to end a deadlock that has developed. More love and thoughts of the greater good are the solution to this dilemma. If you've not been doing as you would be done by, so this is the golden rule, do unto others as you would have others do unto you. So if you've not been following that lately, this is the time to find a balance between your own needs and the needs of the people around you. This will help all your relationships. Attune to the moon. Be magnificent without being playing too much. I don't know what that means, to be perfectly honest. I know it's English. I read it right off the page and I have no clue what it means. So if you do, put it in the comments. And here are some additional meanings of the card. Self-esteem is good, vanity is not. Everyone is equally important. Creative urges should be followed. Work some magic. And the last one here is a friendship may be ending now. The teaching, this is I think the last paragraph of this. Yes, it is. The teaching. When the full moon comes into Leo, it can be a wonderfully bright time, where people feel more confident to show the world their hearts and talents and assets. That's the upside of this lunation and of this card, no matter when you pull it. However, take note that the Leo full moon combination creates a sort of tension between your needs and the needs of people in your relationships, in your networks. Leo full moon is a time to release pride. So, let's talk, shall we? So when we're talking about releasing pride, this is really what we're all called to do. Pride is part of our ego, and we're all being asked by Spirit to let our ego go. This is part of what I call the alchemy of purpose. It is dissolving the ego. It is also the Buddhist teachings there's basically a series of slogans that the Buddhists use, the Tibetan Buddhists specifically, that are all about training your mind. And one of my favorite ones is that all Dharma, which in the Buddhist tradition is truth, all truth leads to one point. That one point is dissolving the ego. So this card and what I just read is telling us that it is time to look at our lives and let our ego go even more than we have so far. And I know some of you have done a tremendous amount of work on letting your ego go. And I know I have as well, but there's plenty more to do for me. So that's what I get to examine, and that's what we're all being invited to take a look at, is where can we let our ego go even more. And the other thing that this says that really jumped out to me is moving our relationships, like honoring our relationships with others and our networks, and honoring the needs that others have in our lives. We can probably all do a little better job of that, to be honest. So, and really looking at where we're resisting that. You know, where are we resisting? We're all in this together. Nobody is an island. So, and we are all one, literally. That's why we got to dismantle the ego, because that's when we realize that we are not separate from each other. We are united with each other, and not just with each other, but with every other living being and every other thing on this planet. We just talked about Mother Earth, 2 days ago, because I didn't show up yesterday, 2 days ago. We talked about Mother Earth, the Pachamama, and how Mother Earth provides everything that we need. And the reality of that is that we are connected to everything. So if we are all one, I would posit the question to you and to me to ponder, which is, how could we not honor each other? That's the question. How can we not love each other unconditionally? How could we not want to help each other out when we have needs? How could we not want to be in relationship with each other? Now, I'm not saying that we don't have healthy and sometimes very firm boundaries, because there's also this, frankly, need, I'll just say, to protect our energy. And I'm going to give you an example of this that just happened to me 2 days ago. I was in the pre-op waiting area, actually just throughout the entire hospital. But I was there with my sister who was having surgery, and in pre-op in particular, because we had so many patients so close together, I could feel so much energy just coming at me for people that were in pain, people that were hurt. You know, I was feeling a lot of, I'll call it negative. It's not necessarily negative, because, you know, pain is just pain. But there was a lot of energy coming at me. And it took a lot of effort not to take any more of that on than I did. I'm not going to tell you I walked out of there without taking anything on, because that didn't happen. I did take some on, and I'm learning every day. I'm learning more and more how to release energy that's not mine, and to keep my energy clean as I can. And but that is real. That is real. So the challenge that we have is, can we let our ego go? And can we protect ourselves? Can we put ourselves in a place where our love, our unconditional love, and our energy can go out to the world, right? But the energy that does not serve us cannot get in. Can we do that? And the answer is yes. And I'm going to take that journey for myself. And I'm going to invite you to take it with me. And I'm going to teach you everything I've learned. So, because that answer is yes. And so where I'm starting is to, when I wake up in the morning, I've been doing this actually for a while, but I'm recommitting myself to it. When I wake up in the morning is to just say to myself, I release all energy that came to me overnight that is not mine. I send it back to wherever it came for it to reside there and leave me. It's not my energy. I'm also going to do energetic practices before I walk into meetings, before I go into public places, because I don't know. Tell me in the comments if you're having this happen, but it seems like the last few months, it's just, I get more and more and more and more energetic imprints that come to me that I have to deal with in some way. So these releasing techniques are just, they're not going to go away. They're going to become more and more critical for me as I go down my path. And so I'm going to be doing it before I go in every meeting, right? Because you just don't know. Sometimes somebody may have a chaotic energy or some negative energy, or maybe they got some bad news or something. And again, it's not their fault, right? Just like the people in the hospital, excuse me. It was not their fault that they're in the hospital. It's not their fault that they're in pain. It's not their fault that they're having negative emotions about it at all. It's not their fault that they're putting off negative energy. Not at all. I get to choose if I take it on. And I get to learn practices that help me radiate my energy to the world and not allow the energy of others to impact me. So that is my responsibility. That is your responsibility. And so we're gonna take this path together. We're gonna let our egos go. We're not gonna let pride get in the way. If we end up in messes in our lives, clean them up quick. That's the thing. Don't let them fester. When we teach, I do some teaching for Design Build, and when we teach Design Build, and everybody in business knows this, bad news does not get better with age. So when you've got some challenges going on in your life and in your relationships, deal with them quickly. Clean it up. Get that positive energy back in that relationship. It is worth it. It's worth the effort. And just really tune in and make sure that your pride is not stopping you from doing that, and not stopping you, make sure your pride is not blocking you from resolving issues in your life. So with that, chickadees, I will bid you good night, and we will see you here next time on Mojo Mysticism. Take care. Love you all. And don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.